Wedding photography, posing. Now, I don't do posing. So you're probably wondering, done this video? Can, because I'm going to tell you what I do with my couples at weddings. And at the most, it's slight direction. Again, this is not going to be me telling you what you should and shouldn't do. It's just what I do, and it works very well. On a wedding day, a usual setup, dinner's at 4, say, on a normal wedding day. Ceremony's at 2, dinner's at 4. I normally go grab the couple about 10 to 4. I only have 10 minutes with them, 10, 15 minutes before I sit down for dinner. I say to them, just use that time to be together. You've had all day of, the bride's usually up at like 5 a.m, because they've got such a big wedding party to get all their hair and makeup done. And the couple haven't even had time together yet. They get married, that's all staged, walking down the vows, and then they walk out the ceremony, and then they've got 100 people to walk around and cuddle and kiss and say hello. So they haven't had a time together. So that's why I call it couple time. I just say to my couples, we'll go off for 10, 15 minutes. You have your first bit of time on your own. You'll have loads to catch up on, so you don't need me directing you. You know what I mean? But slight direction comes in. All I ever ask for is, as long as you're holding hands and you're close, because otherwise it looks like you don't like each other, which is no good. As a photographer, I love light. Light and composition is what I look for. Light composition, the moment. Couple time is all about the light and composition. The moment's going to be there, which I'll lead to in a minute. But if I can get the first two bits right, composition, framing, I'll look for, during the day I'll see spots. Most important thing for me is light. So that time of the day, a summer wedding, it's going to be harsh light. So usually I'll look for open shade, nice big trees, put them under there. Lovely, we're done. Chuck them in that frame. You can picture it as a photographer and say, that looks beautiful. How nice would that look if there was a bride and groom standing in there? So get the bride and groom in there. As long as they're holding hands, they're close, do a few safe shots, looking at the camera. I always say to the groom, I know I feel more comfortable as a human being putting my hand in my pocket if I'm with my wife, having a picture done. So I try and talk to the groom how I know how I would feel, and it really helps them settle down a bit more. And I just say, just chat, and I'll be talking to her, I'm talking to you now. Do you know what I mean? Like having a bit of a laugh, having a bit of banter, and laughing, talking about the day. I'll just be asking questions. What about when that happened earlier, Kaylee? And blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, I haven't told Ben about that. Oh, this happened. Oh, really? Yeah, bang, bang, bang. It's as easy as that. But don't make them stand still for too long. Go for a walk. That's the key. If you stand still for too long and you feel uncomfortable, they feel awkward, they feel uncomfortable, they feel tense, you're smiling for too long and it gets boring, just go for a walk. Remember, composition, background, light. If you've got all them with you and you're playing to them strengths, not fighting against it, not fighting against the light after a wedding if you're bloody putting the sun in their face, which beginners do. And then in the evening, golden hour. So golden hour is a perfect opportunity to grab the couple before their first dance, because again, since that time, they probably haven't had a time together again on their own. Golden hour, you only need 5 minutes. Using that, get the perfect time for when that sun's setting at the horizon, the lowest horizon in that venue, in the premises. So usually it's trees most of the time. But if you're in a London wedding, for example, a city wedding, buildings, so you look for a skyscraper where the sun's going to be setting behind and get that lovely glow coming through. You only need 5 minutes for that. Sunset goes so quick, every minute it's just going, it's going. Chuck them in there, 5 minutes, let them, go for a walk, get some walking away shots so you can get the dress details. Another good way of getting dress details without posing, hanging the dress up, which I don't do personally. I don't like that stuff. It's a perfect way then to get dress details live and in real life, like a film, picking up lovely details, shoe details, but naturally. So couples only need like 20 minutes of the day going out to do couple photos. You don't need to be going out for 2 hours. And I've been a guest at a wedding when the couples have gone off for an hour and a half, 2 hours. I know photographers that still do it to this day. If you're a couple that are watching this and you want that, go ahead and do it. Like, it's your wedding day. I always say it's your wedding day if that's what you love, if that's what you want to do, and you've got this vision in your head of being on the front cover of Vogue and that's what you want your wedding to look like. Nothing wrong with that. That's your opinion. You're entitled to it. This is just my opinion. And the couples that book me will agree with my opinion, otherwise they wouldn't book me. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, nice quick one. Couple time, couple tips for posing couples. Even if you are a go out longer than I do, as long as they're holding hands or close, hand round waist, walking along. What do we naturally do with our wives or our husbands? I know with me as a husband, I put my arm around my wife's waist, grab her in tight to me, give her a little slap on the bum cheek because I love her bum, and we just walk, have a little laugh, and you're close. It looks nice, it looks real. Some of my favourite frames from different films are just them lovely moments. I think in Star is Born, with Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga, that lovely frame of them. I think the front cover when I think he's sitting there with his guitar and she's like sitting there having a joke together. It looks more real, it looks natural. I do see a lot of couple portraits on Instagram, Pinterest, where the photographers have overposed people and the couples look uncomfortable. So even if you do want to be posed, you need to feel comfortable doing it. And that's a skill in itself, you know. If you are that type of photographer that you want to pose people, you've got to learn how to make people feel comfortable. And maybe I'd be no good at that. You know, there's only so much I can crap banter I can throw at people, make them laugh. But if I was trying to heavily pose people, well, I know I'd be shit at it. So I'm not trying to have a go at people that do that. I'd be crap at it. Keep it short and sweet from my advice. Short and sweet, nice and close, hands together, job done, lovely. See you next time. Thank you. Bye.